you know, is video and still pictures. Those still pictures are really important. And the beauty of it is we've seen so many cameras developing, getting better today, looks really good. And I thought, hey, we got something really nice here. I'm using my S24 Ultra from Samsung. Love it to pieces. I've also got my Apple iPhone. I use that as well. They both do real well. I'm thinking, we probably don't need photographers. But Terry, you would be wrong. Matter of fact, I learned I'm wrong. And the way I learned I'm wrong is from our special guest that we have joining us today. He showed me that. And even this jaded journalist jumped on board. His name is John D'Amato, and he's joining us now. John, thanks for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Terry. The pleasure's all on this side of the camera. How about that?
Well, I got a bunch over here just being with you because you have a really good reputation. And with this jaded journalist here, I mean, in journalism, we sit back and go, yeah, right. Uh-huh. Sure. And I am impressed because there's been a lot of people saying how good you are, what you do, and not just taking pictures. Yeah, you take pictures, but it's a whole encompassing presentation of your image and where it is. Tell me a little bit kind of from the 30,000-foot point of view, what you do and the importance of that for those who, yes, as professional speakers, but other professionals who need to put forth the very best, most professional, most appropriate image using videos and photography.
Well, one of the most important things when we're talking about photos is to dispel this notion that all I need is a headshot or all I need are these 3 to 5 photos and I'm done. I'm good. That's all I need. And then, I can replace them every couple of years and that'll be fine and that's good enough. But the reality is, in this day and age, with the attention economy that we're in, with AI throwing stuff left, right, up, and down at people being distracted at every single turn, the real way for people that are experts, that are business owners, that are the faces of their brands to be able to stand out, to break free from being invisible, to be one of the 9,000 other people in their space, is to create that unmistakable brand through their photos. And the way you do that is by creating a comprehensive and strategic visual storytelling library. And that library is complete with a lot more than just a headshot. It includes those core assets. Yes, we need those headshots, the ones where you're making that direct eye contact with people. But what you also need are images that provide the visual evidence that you've done the work before, that you've done it recently, and that you've done it for people just like those that you serve.
Yeah.
And you have to showcase that on a ever evolving basis based on who you're working with, the rooms that you're in, and the people that you serve.
Yeah, I think
And
you raise a good point on that because that's something that a lot of my fellow professional speakers haven't done. And we think, okay, I got that picture. Yes, I took it back in 1735 and it's still good today. Well, it might be a tad on the old side and we want to update that a little bit. And not only update them, we kind of go, yeah, we need to update it. But I think also in terms of what's going on in the world because sometimes we might have a picture that isn't appropriate based on new things that are happening as well. Tell us a little bit about the importance of updating not only the pictures, but also where the pictures are shot and how they're done. One of the unique things I think you do so well is you uniquely shoot not just a speaker who's on stage presenting. Yes, you do that, but even more. Tell us a little bit about that and why that's so important.
absolutely. What one aspect, but when we're talking about visual evidence, and for example, if we're talking about a speaker, right? Speaker goes on the stage, could be 5 people in the audience, could be 10,000 people in the audience. The thought that most speakers have is we need that wide shot that showcases them on that stage with those IMAGs in the background and the audience in the room, and they're this tiny little peanut, and
That's a
that's all
good
they
thing.
need, right?
Yeah, but not all we need.
No, that's
That's
that
one
is the
component.
Right. That is the prerequisite. That is not the objective. Because on top of that photo, while that speaker is on stage, there also needs to be an accumulation of images from all vantage points throughout that entire space. Wide shots, medium shots, close ups, showing the passion, the care, the conviction, the expertise that the speaker has while delivering his or her message of transformation, right? So we have that stuff during. But the real gap that most experts have that present publicly on a stage is the stuff that happens before their foot hits that stage and the moment it leaves it. You have to see the before and after. Showcase what it's like during the tech check, going over slides, rehearsing by yourself, working with the AV team, taking photos with the event producers. And then afterwards, if you have a book signing, showcase that. If there's a breakout, showcase that. If you're huddling with a bunch of participants who absolutely loved what you presented and they want to take pictures with you and talk with you, you need all of those photos as well. Because when it comes to showcasing how you provide an experience, not just for the event organizer, but also the participants in the room, it gives a sense that you're a team player, that you care about the work that you do, and that you are someone that can be trusted to be on that person's stage. And that's what helps the qualifying process with decision makers, because in a lot of cases, Terry, most of these conversations are happening behind closed doors when the speaker isn't even involved. Therefore, they need an advocate. They need a marketing team that's working behind the scenes so that these people, when they're sourcing the right speaker for the event, that they can find you and you stand out from everybody else.